Okay, making sure that my mic is working. Hi guys, it's Blue. It's been a minute. Um, we had a little nasty weather situation. Nothing too bad on our part, but it really destroyed some stuff in other places. And it caused us to not have any internet or cable, you know, like, because we have the bundle, which is the internet, the cable, and the phone in one package. So, the tornado that touched down last Friday, I'm sure some are still recovering from that as well, but it touched down, we got some nasty rain, some hail, just high winds and stuff, and somewhere in another part of the state or another town or something, it caused us to lose our entire service package. We didn't have a phone, we didn't have television, and we didn't have the internet. That's why no one could really get a hold of me, you know, like phone wise, because our phones were out. And that's why you guys haven't been seeing any videos, because I couldn't upload due to no internet. So it all finally came back in tonight a little after 6. The television came on an hour, kind of like going on an hour after, and the phone and internet finally came back on afterwards. So I'm just giving you guys an update about where I've been, what happened. I've been around the house. I've just been around the house, just trying to stay sane. Mostly spending my time with GTA and YouTube, though I use the data on the cell phone to be able to access that, but then that starts to charge you for that for using your phone data, and it's just a nasty ball game. But internet is back for us, so I'm going to do, where is that hat? Where'd it go? It's one of these, that one. I'm going to do a little bit about the update about what happened, and you know, we didn't have any damage around here, thankfully. You know, nothing had fallen or, you know, landed on anything, so that's always good. But it happened in other places, and I don't know how bad it is for you guys that went through it, what all you had to endure, but I'm hoping that everyone's good, you know, nothing too bad, nothing.
All that shit? Chop, what you been eating? I gotta get a regimen for your ass.
That'll run your insurance or anything up, you know, like home or anything, but
let's roll, little homie. Come on.
Chop is not paying me any mind. Chop, come on. Okay. But yeah, I'm just hoping that everyone, you know, worldwide, you know, or the ones that were affected, you know, like we were, you know, just heavy rain and hail and high winds and stuff. Hopefully you guys are fine, you know, nothing too bad. And if you've lost somebody during this, I'm sorry to hear that, because I mean, it's already been a crappy year, and we as people, that's all we've really been doing, is experiencing loss, you know. And I guess it's only natural, but me, honestly, I hate it. I hate it. You know, I'm sure a lot of people hate it too. Let's not dwell on the negative for too long, but I found this little, I don't know if you would call it an Easter egg or a little secret or whatever, but during my time just here at the house, I decided to go back by Franklin's old house when he stayed with Denise. And I found a little secret, like a little secret conversation between those two. I've never encountered that prior to discovering that recently. Like, I've never heard that conversation. I always wondered what would happen if he did go by, his old house, but I never really fully
Ooh,
went
too
through with it.
close.
So, I don't know if other YouTubers or other people looking for GTA secrets, they've already done this. And if they have, well, once again, I'm late to the party because someone else has already covered it. But if not, I'd gladly be the first person to take this little secret Easter egg with pride. I would gladly take this little egg and be like, okay, no one has done this yet. I'm gonna claim this. It's mine. But
What brings you in today?
before we get to that, I'm gonna customize this car because the brakes are crap.
100% guaranteed.
Still did not boost it by anything. I kind of hate this car, even though I had it in the past. Let's see. I picked the wrong thing every time. Okay. Don't need any suspension. That's already bad
she'll
enough.
hit warp speed now.
Okay. Okay, well, alright, we'll just make it black. I think I picked the wrong thing, but it's all good. Okay. Now, we're gonna head back to her place, or his old home, as some might call it, and get this little Easter egg on the road. See if I remember where it is. Pretty sure it's like in there.
How's things, friend?
Drive this way. And while I'm getting there, hope you guys are doing well. Even if you're not, you're having some crappy days, because I know I've had them. I don't really like to talk to a lot of people about them. I tend to just kind of keep it family-wise, I suppose. I mean, even though friends are great listeners and they can kind of tell you the best thing, I don't really like to throw it on to just anyone, or just like everybody. It's not really me. But hopefully you guys are good and enjoying your night, wherever you are. Whether you're from the States or another country or another continent, just lose yourself in YouTube and binge watch a lot of people. That's what I did when I was feeling the weather. Didn't feel too hot. Just looked at a lot of YouTube and didn't really like to be bothered, unless it was necessary. But, just do what you have to, It's completely understandable. Okay, so I'm gonna have to park this car somewhere. I may have to put it in the driveway over here. I don't know where Chop is gonna go, but find a place for him. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this before I give away the secret too early. So, I'm sure a lot of you remember the niece that has played GTA 5. You remember his crazy aunt that Lamar was so obsessed with, after we left from Simeon's place, and he talked about her and stuff. Well, it turns out that after he moved out, she turned this house into like an art thing for women or whatever, like the stuff that she was doing in the beginning of the game, like the jogging and trying to keep her youth and to regain her youth and all that stuff. Well, she turned their home, his home that he was living on top of her with, into a place for that. You know, like the yoga and all that stuff, like trying to get in touch with her inner self or whatever the case is. So I went by here once before, well, during our outage that we had, and I heard her in here with some music or something going. I heard music, and I was by this house at the time, so I figured it must have been Denise in there. And sure enough, it was, but you can't actually go inside the house anymore because she told him that she changed the locks on the house and that he's not welcome around there anymore. But he told her that this is half of his house too, you know, because they both lived in the same house together. But she felt that it wasn't right for them to be living on top of each other like they were doing. So throughout this whole little secret conversation that I heard between him and her, she did not want anything to do with Franklin. She wanted him gone. She didn't want him on the property anymore. She didn't want him around the house anymore. And he kept telling her that this is half of my house too. You know, I live here. And she told him, I had the locks changed, you know, and it's best for you to just, you know, just get away from here. Which isn't fair, and it isn't right, you know, because I'm pretty sure Franklin helped to supply the groceries. He helped to supply her with, you know, errands that she may have needed and couldn't do, so she relied on him to do it. But I don't know. That's just my guess about the whole thing, because I mean, he's young and she's a bit older, and she probably just wants to sit around, look at TV, and meditate or whatever. So for her to change the locks on him when he used to live here with her, it's like, it doesn't seem too right, you know. But some people will go that distance. They will keep you out of their home once you move out, because they know what kind of person that you are. And it's like, well, that's not right, you know, like. But I don't know, I guess it depends on the person. Depends on the person, depends on the circumstances. But I think she's in here at the moment, so I'm
This car ain't big enough, so I guess we taking a rain check.
We're not picking up prostitutes, Franklin. Leave her alone. I stopped the car for 1 second, and he assumes we're gonna get laid. No! Get out of the car. Okay. So I think she's in here.
Yo, boy! I'm back from the desert and I don't want you around here.
But it's half my house.
Locks are changed, boy. Shit.
Already she's pushing me away. Why? Chop, do you see this? You see what I have to go through? Franklin once lived here, you know, and you came.
Fully qualified pelvic floor exercise instructor board. My vagina has never felt so strong. It tells me you ain't born around here.
Shit, does your vagina know my name still on the deed? Come on, Denise.
I can break walnuts down there, boy. You do not want to test me. Shit.
Even Chop's not happy about it. He's like, really? This is what you have to go through with her? I mean, she locked me out of my house. I don't know who paid for it first, or who.
I ain't trying to run a conscience here. How these women meant to concentrate on their diaphragms with you sniffing around?
I definitely don't want to sniff for that. You could at least ask for permission to use the house.
You always want a little people. You ain't gonna see this one with her barbell in. Shoot.
But I think I read on his Wikipedia that
Where are you at?
his grandparents, his great grandparents or something, and they left the house to him. You know, like he said, the deed is
This
in.
is a center for the art net. We paint watercolors with our vaginas.
It's a center for the art of going crazy.
You are affecting our work, boy. Get your badass energy out of here.
But I think they left the deed in his name. You know, they gave the deed over to him to own the house. And I don't know where, so I don't know where Denise came in from, like where she moved in at, you know, in the story, or where she came from. I don't know. I didn't read that far.
I'm meditating, boy. Y'all disturbing my peace, calm, and tranquility.
Being locked out of my own house kind of screws with my inner peace as well.
Messing with a meditating woman is liable to get you clapped, boy. Go away.
This is so wrong. Why would Rockstar do this? The minute he left and the minute he moved out, she changed the locks on him. But he says it's his house. Who does that? Getting locked out of your own crib. No, that ain't right. That's not right. Chop is just, I don't know. The poor thing, he used to live here too. He lived in the backyard there. And then when the two of them left, when Franklin and Chop left, then it's like she was happy that they were gone. Changed the house, you know, locked the house and all that. Like, why? And that's like the whole conversation. Like, there's nothing left to be said or heard. Chop, you could have at least closed my door. I mean, I know. You can't access it, you can't go in, you can't do anything. Did you really have to get that close to me? It's a gorgeous dog though, but he got a little too close there. And there's nothing left that she says to him. I heard all of the lines. And that's everything. And if she actually does have women in there with her, I don't know, because you can't actually get into the house. So we're just kind of stuck out here. And it sucks. It sucks a lot. But that's all I really wanted to show you guys, was this little secret conversation, and to tell you guys where I've been and what happened. So like I said, hopefully those that, I know, Chop, I know, hopefully those that were hit by this awful storm didn't suffer too much damage or didn't lose a lot of things, you know, loved ones or anything, you know. But I'm gonna make a description for this. I may leave down in section for those that don't really want to, I guess, listen to me ramble. They can just read it, kind of get an update. But it'll pretty much cover the same thing. And what Franklin had to go through here with Denise, because this is kind of messed up. So, I know, Chop. I know. She left us outside. I'm gonna leave this video here on Chop's adorable doggo face and go and record something San Andreas related, because I haven't done that in a minute. And this channel will continue as usual. We just had a little weather problem and a little outage, you know, but it will continue. Uploads will continue, maybe later tonight or tomorrow. That ball is still rolling. It just got put on halt because of all this, but we're back, baby, and uploads will continue as normal. So wherever you guys are, hopefully you're doing well and that you didn't get affected too bad. And if you did, like I said, I'm sorry to hear, and it sucks to hear stuff like that. But just, you know, as they say, a day at a time. You don't have to rush to get all these things done and cleaned up. You know, just do what little you can, you know. Come together as a community. You might be able to get it done faster instead of trying to do it yourself, you know, alone and stuff. So if you're like on an island or somewhere and something really, you know, tragic happened, you might be better off with a community instead of trying to take care of it all yourself, or, you know. But I'm sure you guys have it under control, and you know what's best that needs to be done. But I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna stop chewing your ears off, and I'm gonna go write a description for this, leave a comment. I'm gonna put a comment down in the section, and maybe something in the description explaining what this video is about, and I'll just go from there. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit, and this is Blue, the Gamer 93, bouncing out.